Hey there, Trekkies and Trekkers. If you saw last week's video, then you know what we're here for this week. It's more Barbie. Got the Star Trek 2009 versions of. We've got Kirk, we've got Spock, and we've got Uhura. So, let's take a look. So, as I showed you last week, the Star Trek Barbie, they first did a crossover there in 1996 for the 30th anniversary of Star Trek. In 2008, actually, is when these first started to come out. There was the announcement of the new J.J. Abrams Kelvin Universe films. And so that was when Mattel decided to do a collaboration with Paramount to do figures for the movie. Which the odd thing was is that, and I'll show you eventually in another video, Playmates also made 12-inch, same size as these, figures for the 2009 movie. Which it's odd that a licensing deal would get struck with two different companies to make the same size figures. But it did happen. One main difference is Playmates, the figures there did not have real hair. Uh-oh, my puppy's coming to see me. Let's pretend we don't see her. Okay, real quick. Come here. Come say hi to everybody. Here, I'll so that everybody gets a chance. This is Duchess. Say hello. She's rotten. All right. Okay. So, anyways, but the Barbie ones, they are made with real hair, which for the Kirk and Spock one are interesting. Part of me is just like, so you also remember last week the Ken doll. Well, I've still got him right here. This was back when Ken was made with the helmet hair. Starting, may have been I think it was the late 90s is when they switched over and started making Ken with real hair. And I think they still do. I don't go down the toy aisle too often, but I think I've seen that the modern Kens still have the fake hair, which has never really looked quite right. And these kind of just point out why that's a problem. Let me get this. Which again, and here's the other thing, is that these don't even really look quite like. This does not look like Kirk or Spock or Uhura. It's kind of like if Ken and Barbie and their buddy Jason cosplayed as Kirk, Spock, and Uhura. But even then, it's still not quite right. Because, I mean, first of all, the forehead on this guy. Holy cow. The articulation on these is fantastic, though. I just undid his pants. That's one thing I've noticed on all of the figures from the 2009 film is that the pants are so tight. I don't know how the actors didn't manage to rip through them constantly. Does have a little plastic badge that has the command symbol on it. There's a whole lot of articulation in the arms on all of these, which I do like. No wrist articulation. I don't know if Barbies have wrist articulation or not nowadays. I don't spend a whole lot of time with Barbies. I'm sorry, folks. Maybe you can tell me if they ever added wrist articulation to the Barbies and Ken. So this is the... Oh, and it does twist at the head. Which, well, you can kind of... Maybe we can fix his head. Make him look Well, that just makes things 100 times worse. Let's just set you to the side, Mr. Kirk. So then there's the Spock. Now, again, the forehead, thankfully, is not an issue with this one. The hair originally was a little bit better, but I think just from being transported and stuff, I probably should throw a little something on there to fix some of that. But then there's the fact that it's just a helmet of hair. They put hair on him, and it's just ding, 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 ding. Same articulation, and they should have gone with the boots from the '90s Barbie. Because one thing I don't know if you noticed, the boots, they've got this huge split. They're a soft rubber. They've got this massive split in the back that they then folded the bottom of the pants legs into. They should have stuck with the clip-on boots. It looked better. I mean, there is no wrist or ankle articulation, so it's not going to much matter. I do like the shirts. The shirts do look good. I'm not one of the people who hated on the uniforms from the JJ films. I did like the way that the uniforms looked, but wow, it's the eye. I just noticed the eyelashes. Oh yes, I'm sure girls had fun with that. So finally, and by the way, these did come with some accessories. There was I don't know what I've done with them. I know I have them in a bag somewhere. But the only accessory I've managed to hold on to is because it's still attached. Is Uhura is holding a phaser. I know there was a tricorder and a communicator with some of the other ones. Now the Uhura one again, this one's actually the best looking of all three of these, but that's because Barbie has always been great with women's hair. Legs don't bend at all. The legs, you have one that's kind of kicked forward and one that's straight. They also have this slit going on. They're made a little bit better, but yeah, they're not that great. Another thing that's interesting is that unlike the old Barbie from the '90s, they didn't put tights on this one. But this one also, there's no swivel in the waist, which these all have. The pin is plastic. That is, again, and all three of them do have the proper. Sorry, the hair's being a little weird. But they all three have the proper badges on for their Operation Science and Command. But the Uhura Barbie is definitely far more stuck in only a few positions, not very posable, and can't even really sit. If you had chairs, wouldn't be able to sit in that very properly. So, I mean, they kind of come with a variety of positives and negatives. Like I said last time, I don't have the ones from 2016 yet at all. Don't know if I ever will. We'll find out, I guess, at some point if I get them. And if I do, then we'll compare them all with these and see how they look. But that is it for this video. Thanks for checking these out, and I will see you next time.
If you enjoy my videos and want to see more, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Also, you can support the show by signing up on Patreon, or head over to Zazzle to pick up prints of my artwork, prints on canvas, t-shirts, and other merch. You can find me on social media. For more information and updates on the channel, all info is below. If you didn't enjoy the video, why are you still here? Do you want a song? Ba ba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, them, 3 bags full. One for the master who can screw himself. You can listen to somebody else.